do you think the Grammys were right in saying that they're evaluating? Or do you think that they're just still kind of waiting to make sure that they're not losing any buckets of money if they are to let him attend? Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Pascal. This is Natasha. I'm calling from Long Island, New York.
Hey, Tosh from Long Island. Good to hear your voice again. What's on your mind? Speak on it.
In reference to Diddy getting invited to the Grammys, I'm just curious to see what are the bylaws for this? Like, what are the Grammy rules for instances like this? And then I think then we can make the decision if he should be invited or not.
So you're saying
I don't know if there's like a bylaw, like, you know, in instances of criminal activity, things like that, should people be allowed? Because there are people, I'm sure, that are in the audience who had gun charges, who were criminals before, who have criminal history, rappers, entertainers, pop stars, had criminal histories before, convicted felons, gun charges. They're at Grammys, so can't Diddy go? I mean, I'm not for Diddy in no way, absolutely not. I'm not no Diddy fan, not no more. You know, I don't stand for him.
Yeah.
But, you know, on that side of the coin, you know, if we're letting in people with criminal past and criminal history, convicted felons, can't Diddy go too?
You know what? That's a damn good question. Let's be real. That's a damn good question, because plenty of criminals are in there, and some of them are still fighting off old-ish before they became stars, right? And they're still attending these things.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's
Martha
a good point.
Stewart's been at the Grammys. Martha Stewart did time. I mean, Martha Stewart's going to Grammys. I mean, you know, Martha Stewart can go. I mean, can Diddy go?
I will say this though. Okay, I will say this though. When it comes to Martha Stewart, I think it all goes down on the perspective and how the media and how you know, how the media and the court of public opinion views said crime that's being committed. Because let's be real,
Yes,
Martha Stewart is looked at as a G right now. She is, the people are like, oh, she didn't snitch, she's dope, blah blah blah. She got her street cred for doing the time for not snitching, right? Now, and of course, what she did was, I mean, it's all financial. It's a money thing again. So insider trading and whatnot, right? Now, when it comes to Diddy, though, and I will say this though too, like, we still praise Tupac, and didn't he go to prison for crimes committed against women as well, right? Didn't he go to prison for that too? So I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel, because this is so, we live in a different time. Times are a lot different than what they were back in the day. You know, when for example, like Tupac was around. Okay, Tupac, I don't know. It's not like you had a slew of people coming out. You know what I'm saying? More. I don't know how to explain this. You got me now. You got me, because that's a good. Actually, I got myself, because I threw out the Tupac. I even stumped myself. No, I just think that the times are different. We look at certain things and the way these allegations are a lot differently than what we did back in the day. So when it comes to this, I think optically it's the worst idea to let this man come in. I think you got other people that are survivors there too, that are having to watch and see him and be triggered by what he's being alleged of doing as well. So I don't know if it's the greatest look or the greatest option. But what were you going to say, Natasha? I'm sorry.
I would say not only just people in the audience, but the viewership, the viewing people. People could just be triggered just by seeing his face.
Exactly. I'm just saying, because there's plenty of people.
I don't know. It's like a cat. It's like, you know, we're going to have to rewrite the rule book now.
I mean, there's plenty of people that have not gotten a chance to maybe file their lawsuits against him, that could actually be recording artists as well, that have worked closely with him and are victims as well. You just never know. So I like I said, I don't think it's the right thing to do, regardless if they got the most thuggish, ruggish of the thuggish, ruggish in the house. You know what I mean? Because he surpasses all that with all these allegations. Let's keep it real. But Nicole, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Take care. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Tyler again.
What's up, Tyler? How you doing, man? What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Well, I'll just say I think the Grammys should reconsider. I think, to be fair, it's not like the Grammys are like paragons of good decision making or anything, but I think this would be a particularly bad move for them. I don't know. I think even with all the contributions he's made to culture and to just music in general, I feel like there's a lot more. There's so much baggage to his name already that I don't think we can really separate that from the artistry.
I will say,
Chris Brown or something.
Well, I will say this. I think that the potential of it turning into a full-on boycott could very well happen here, because you're going to have people that are going to feel some type of way about the Grammys allowing Diddy to show up and do his thug thizzle, even show his face, even if he's innocent or not. In my mind, I go, hey, this could just be one Grammys ceremony that he could step out from. You know what I mean? Even though he's nominated and all that, I don't know if he's gonna even win now. Even if he did win, I feel like they're gonna change. They're gonna change that because because of these allegations. Now, when it comes to that,
it'd be like when they revoked like the freaking Milli Vanilli win for lip syncing, even though that's obviously way less of a
right. And I get, I get what you're saying.
People lip sync now, so I don't. Anyway,
right. I get what you're saying. What I'm basically trying to say is like the for him, I just don't think it's going. Regardless, it will not be a good outcome. Even if he's in there and he's in some special room away from everybody, I just don't see people
regardless
being
if
cool
he
with
wins
that.
or loses. Yeah.
Oh, people will boycott. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah.
There will be a huge movement. A lot of artists will sit there and go, I'm not going anymore. I already see the dominoes falling even before they've been set up. And if they sit here and they say that they're evaluating right now, their next answer should be before the end of this week, I think. And they should be basically saying like, we're going to ask him to, enjoy the Grammys. To step aside and enjoy the Grammys from home, because I don't think it's the smartest thing right now, in my personal opinion.
Right.
Tyler.
And PR is everything, or at least having a good an image is everything now, especially in this social media day and age. And I think when you have somebody in these major categories, or at least in the runnings for these nominations, when you have that baggage, it's like you can't escape it. And I'm not saying that people can never be like forgiven or like there's no room for repenting or anything like that. Like, but when it comes to just in general, just how people are reacting to this and how people are seeing him for who he really is now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's only. I think it can only bring good things if he's not there.
Because again, this is the only thing that I'm telling you right now that it'll be a very, very bad move. Let me show you what I mean. And I'm showing the fam this article here really quick, or this title.
I'm on the
okay.
phone, so yeah, I can't see, but yeah.
Well, no, it's all good. I know you're on the phone. It says 18 brands exit Diddy's Empower Global after these allegations surface. 18 brands said goodbye to him and said, we out. Okay. And of course, we know that more is coming, but that's 18 brands that don't want anything to do with him right now, that don't want to touch him because it's a bad look. So when Grammys say we're evaluating, I feel like that's weak sauce. They need to stand on their own laurels and say, hey, deuces. See you next year. See you when the stuff calms down. But the stuff is too hot on you right now. But yes, Aesop, 18 companies, businesses, brands, sponsors, you name it, said bye-bye. They don't want anything to do with him. So Grammys are looking at a very big problem if they allow him there. That's just, I'm just talking financially right now.
Sure.
But Tyler, thank you so much for calling in. I got a lot of people calling in, but of course, it's always great having you on, bro. Talk to you soon.
Great talking to you. Talk to you soon.
Peace. Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Joy, and I'm calling from Starkville, Mississippi.
All right. Joanne or Joey?
Joy, J-O-Y.
Oh, Joy.
Like
Joy.
the season.
Joy.
Yes.
How you doing? From Mississippi. Thank you so much for calling in. What's on your mind? Speak on it.
I just wanted to, I feel like Diddy should bow out of this graciously.
That would be another option. Maybe, and that could be it too. Maybe they're giving him the opportunity to step down graciously.
Well, yes, it would be the best thing for him right now, image-wise. The crimes against the vulnerable that he's committed are egregious.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And you know what? I'm still surprised that he still got. I'm still surprised he got a nomination still. And I know that some people sit there and go, "Hey, you shouldn't connect the art to the artist and all that." But still, this man is a representation. He is his brand, and the brand is him. So it's hard to disconnect this man from the wrongdoings he's done and the music that he's made too. I think it's really tough. What are your thoughts on that, Joy?
It is hard to separate them, but in my opinion, I don't know. The music is his art, and it's art, and he's not been convicted of anything yet. So, as far as that going through, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I will say one thing. Yes, I agree. He hasn't been convicted. And so far he hasn't been put under some sort of criminal investigation. But one thing I will say is that him turning around, it's, for me, everything that I thought in my mind of a possibility of this being someone trying to get a quick bag. I'm now understanding something completely different, because you have somebody who literally went and turned around in less than 24 hours, settled with Cassie. Instead of him saying, I'm going to fight this tooth and nail. I got the long game money, and I got time. I can run this woman dry financially. He didn't do that. He settled outside of court. And from my understanding, and from what I've heard through sources, a very, very large sum of money, which was way more than what the $30 million was, $30 million lawsuit that was put on the table. He more than doubled that. I'm now hearing that. So clearly there's some sort of admission of some sort of guilt, that he has something that he did to Cassie that was criminal. Then on top of it, she has more information, and he wants to keep that quiet. He wants to hide something more. Now, when we see all that, after she puts out this lawsuit, the documents we see for our own selves, and the very next day it's settled, I'm sorry. To me, he's already been tried and convicted by the court of public opinion, just by how quickly things have turned around. So to bring him into that Grammys, regardless of him being convicted criminally or not, he's already been tried. He's already been, charged, tried, and convicted, right, of everything by the court of public opinion. So right now, this is, again, if he waited till next year, if he waited 2 years, he stepped down for 2 years, I think that'd be better than him doing it right now when things are really, really hot.
I think you're exactly right. I think he needs to go somewhere and chill and take a hint from Russell Simmons.
No,
totally...
Don't run away. Don't run away, man. Don't run away. Okay. Face the music. If you got to face the music, face it. But, because Russell Simmons ain't never going to touch. He is never going. He says he's been flying back and forth from where he is to America. No, he's not. There's no way he's touched his foot on American soil without the FBI, any of the acronyms out here knowing. Trust me, that man.
I agree.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. You know what I mean? But go ahead, Joy. What were we going to say?
Well, I totally agree with you that the way that was settled speaks volumes. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest bunch of smoke I've ever seen. And I live in the South, and they burn soybean fields. So I've seen smoke.
Oh, you've seen it. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And there's fire.
Yeah, there definitely is
there's
something going on here.
A lot of more stuff going on. And it's the vulnerable. That's what bothers me. It's vulnerable people that have been pulled into this. It's sad.
It is very, very sad. And I'm really hoping that if it is financial justice, I'm just hoping everybody gets what they need. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that everybody, the people that have come through that are telling the truth, get exactly the financial justice that they deserve. That's what I'm hoping for. And I don't know. I just don't think we can see. I don't think we'll be seeing anything done by Diddy for a long time, or at least his name stamped on it. I think he's just going to be hiding out in the background and maybe still make his money under like a pseudonym or like a fake name or something. But yeah,
Right.
There's something about him. There's something about the situation that I just feel like there's no coming back from, unless he can find proof that he's innocent.
Right.
Yeah. But Joy.
Well, I was going to say, I hope the victims find healing.
Yes.
Somehow. That's what my biggest hope is.
Yeah, I hope so too. They all deserve it. They all deserve it. Even the ones that haven't had a chance to speak out yet, or the ones that that will never speak out. I just hope that they find some time in their, some place in their heart to heal, and in their minds to heal as well. You know what I mean? But Joy, thank you so much for calling in. Okay.
Thank you so much for hearing me.
Anytime. Talk to you soon.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, sweetheart. Same to you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let me take this one last one. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. Well, that's all she wrote on those. But again, thank you guys so much for calling in. The call-in segment is over. It is over. Thank you guys so much for calling in. And it is really nice to hear what you guys have to say about. Okay, let me see. Let me see about this. Oh, hold on. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Infamous Truth Teller calling from Tucson, Arizona.
Infamous, what's up? Thanks for calling. What's on your mind?
How are you?
I'm good.
How's the baby? The baby's good?
Oh, baby's beautiful. Growing like a weed.
Awesome.
But what's on your mind?
Awesome.
Speak on it.
Well, I just think that there's just too many people with the same stories. Too many people that, that have the very similar stories, and too many people have been coming out. You know what I mean? Because because since Cassie opened Pandora's box, it's just all, everything's just coming out to the surface. And also, like, he wasn't really an artist. He was more of a gatekeeper, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, so he learned that he would prey. He would prey on the younger artists, the younger groups, and then, because they didn't know legalities of contracts. So, so he would benefit, percentage wise, he would benefit more because they didn't know what they were signing. So he kind of preyed on a lot of younger artists that weren't familiar with how the music industry works. And I just feel that, I don't know, maybe they're trying to, like you said, they're going to give him an opportunity to, to possibly step down on his own, but I doubt he's going to do that. If with all these stories that he's an angry person, and they said when he was young, they called him Puff because he would get all mad all the time. He would get angry. So he's been angry since he was a little boy.
Yeah.
That's why they called him Puffy.
Interesting. And that's an interesting story too. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to, with all of this, I mean, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just it's given the fact that these are all the stories are kind of matching the same MO. And I've talked about this before when, we've talked about serial monsters on this show, and, we've talked about a lot of true crime stuff, and we see the patterns, right? We see the same MO, not the same MO as Diddy, but I mean, they have a pattern on how they lure their victims, how they lure when they're out on a hunt and they're looking for their prey and all that stuff. They're looking for that next young woman that they're going to attack, so on and so forth. We see that they have those patterns as well. The only difference with him is that he's not taking these lives, he's just ruining these lives. You see what I'm saying? He's tormenting these young people, and then turning it into content.
So they don't speak out. Yeah, so they don't speak out, like blowing up Kid Cudi, allegedly Kid Cudi's car.
Do you realize
all that stuff?
No, Infamous. Let me just say this really quick. Can we just take a moment for this brief chronic break and just take that in for a second? Think about that for a second, really, really quick. You got a man that literally turned over to another guy that is a known artist and said, "Hey man, I heard about you trying to F my girl. I'm gonna blow up your car." Next thing you know, car gets blown up. Do you realize how crazy that person is? Do you realize how insane that an individual is, so much that he was trying either, I don't know if he was trying to take Kid Cudi's life or just give him a scare, but no matter what, he really did that to Kid Cudi's car. Think about that for a second, y'all. And even Kid Cudi has confirmed that to be real. That is insane, y'all.
Yeah, because he was dating Cassie.
Yeah, behind his back, allegedly. When he was already smashing 17 other girls at the same time while he was dating her, he was still with Kim Porter too. Like, he had, and J-Lo and all that stuff. All these women that were circulating in his life, he had them all at the same time. But it was like only he could be out here for the streets. The girls
doing whatever he
was for the streets.
And they also said, if you look at the Making the Band, if you look at some of the old episodes of Making the Band, you see how irate and how crazy he got.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so those episodes, he was crazy, making him walk all the way to where it was in New York just to get him a cheesecake. And he came out and, like, just the way his ego and the way he was, you know what I mean? Like, like
I remember.
commanding them around.
It's so funny because
he had a bad temper.
I remember that making the band episode like it's like I watched it yesterday because it was so iconic because they were freaking the F out about walking across the Brooklyn Bridge to go to this famous place to get cheesecake for Diddy, to walk there. Walking there is insane. Walking to across the Brooklyn Bridge just to go get cheesecake is insane enough. And I get it. He was trying to show power and trying to humble them in some sort of way, but still crazy. But the fact that he was still getting angry and going off on his choreographer and all that, and all those things were caught on tape as well. I mean, it's not just for content for the show. They were getting into physical altercations together, him and the choreographer. I think her name was Lauren, I think. Maybe not. But still, the boom cat.
He even told
you know
him
what I
to
mean?
turn the
Boom
cameras
cat.
off at the episode.
Yeah.
He even told him to turn the cameras off, and you could hear him arguing. They still had the mic on.
Yeah,
and basically he was trying to like intimidate her, and she was trying to get out of the where they were dancing and stuff, and she couldn't even get out. Like he was trying to corner her in there and try to intimidate her.
Yeah, and that was not just for. That was not just for the cameras. I mean, that's some real ish that went on between him and one of his co-creators, one of his collaborators. I mean, that's insane. You know what I'm saying? So like, like I said, the stuff that we hear, the stuff that we see on all these shows, the interviews, everything starts to bubble back up, and you start to realize, okay, this is not the nicest human being ever. But again, we go back to this person having a pattern, and not only just a pattern of, establishing dominance or dangling people over balconies and stuff, which apparently was his thing. He loved hanging people over balconies, apparently. Like he felt like he was in a movie. Like his whole life was a movie, basically. But
he
then
had it like that. Yeah.
But then the fact that there's even more to that, the blowing up the car and all that stuff. I mean, that shows to me how crazy and how violent and how lack of respect for the human life this person actually has. So then you click and you drag that over to these women.
His nickname was Puffy. Yeah, just even his mom saying that his nickname was Puffy because he'd get angry all the time when he was little. I mean, that's just kind of, I don't know, Yeah,
it's like I said, this is insane, and the fact that I'm so glad you brought up about the car, or inspired the thought of that, because that is, like I said, insane. But then you also have somebody who has had many decades to perfect the skill of luring these women in, plying them with party favors, and then doing what he wants with these people, especially with these other men. And then these other men have also been, his buddies, trying to talk about their stroke game and all that, and saying, I love doing it. I don't mind my other dudes seeing my stroke game. I'm teaching them something, that kind of stuff. That is just like, for me, it's like nothing but confirmation after confirmation after confirmation after confirmation of ill will.
They said he
going
was using
on
it like for blackmail tactics too. Like he would have everything filmed, like when this supposedly was going on allegedly in these parties, that you know what I mean? So there would be tape, so he would have it as like blackmail.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, Infamous. I'm telling you right now, Infamous. There's more coming. There's more coming, and it's going to be even more mind-blowing than you guys have ever thought of in your entire lives. And it's going to be something about content. It's going to be something about not only other allegations, other people stepping forward, but it's also going to be about the content. I'm going to repeat that again. It's going to be about the content, because remember, he made videos, he made photos. What were those photos and that content for? For his own amusement? I'm telling you right now,
and 50
hell
Cent
no.
even got some of that too.
Yep.
Remember 50 Cent got some of it.
Yep.
He said that he called him and said, "Are you still with this girl?" And he sent what he had, and he goes, "How'd you get those pictures?" But he had asked him.
And it's
so
like,
he somehow he got a hold of some of the stuff that he was filming or whatever.
And it's like, it's hard to explain, but I got the content. Why did you get the content, bruh? Because I know for a fact Diddy been trying to get him over there because he's 50 Cent. You know what I mean? He wants him in his content. So it's just, like I said, just absolutely crazy. But Infamous, thank you so much for calling in.
50.
Go ahead.
You're welcome.
What were you going to say?
Take care.
No, what were you going to say?
Oh, I said 50. Oh, I was going to say 50 Cent. He wanted to go on the bad boy label when he first was starting out, and Puffy didn't want to take him in. So like he's like, all right. So then now he's successful and he's on to, and he's like, all right, well, because he doesn't condone it. So he's like, well, he's gonna do what he does. So
yeah, Nicole Brown.
More power to him. I give him much respect. You know?
Natasha Brown just said it as a reminder, and please go check out that other video because I did a whole thing about 50 Cent and Diddy. But even Diddy was trying to take him shopping. You know what I mean? He's like, let me take you shopping. He's like, bro, what? Men don't take men shopping.
Pop. Yeah.
Straight men don't take straight men shopping. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? That's a very weird thing. But thank you so much, Infamous.
I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
All right.
Talk to you
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
And that is the end of the call in segment, guys. I appreciate you guys calling in and putting in your 2 cents and all of that. Okay. It really does mean a lot. But yeah, pretty crazy stuff, right? I mean, the information that we're saying and seeing and have heard so far, I'm telling you right now, I feel that there's going to be more content or more information coming out. And a lot of it's going to have to do with content. And I'm wondering when 5-0 is going to do what they need to do to dive in, what they're going to need to do to investigate and look into Diddy, because this is more than what we've seen right now. What we're hearing from these women that are stepping forward so far is just scratching the surface. I'm telling you this right now. There's more coming. There's more coming. There's more coming. There's more coming. And it's more than just it being, endorsements dropping off or is he going to be going to the Grammys or not? It's going to be beyond that BS. It's going to be bigger than this, y'all. And there's going to be other people tied to those things. And those people are going to go down. I'm telling you, it's going to be bad. But when we hear about content being made, photos, videos, things being shot on laptops, computers, iPads, tablets and cell phones, shot like they were on the set of some Skinemax movie, that should tell you guys something is up. It's bigger than just him making content for fun. And this is way before OF even existed. So what was he doing with that content, y'all? And Infamous and all the everybody else who's called, all the callers are right. If you think about it, this is the same pattern. These women that have spoken up, a lot of it's the same pattern. It may be a tad bit different because it might be a different person, a different man in the room. But then there's other things that have gone on as far as they drank something and it made them feel funny. And the next thing you know, boom, they were, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you right now, this is some scary stuff. And he should be worried as hell right now. Worried.